All right, welcome to another coin show. Behind the table, let's see what coins come to my table today that I can buy. And maybe we'll be able to sell some of these coins as well. Hey collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the collector of coins, and that's right, as you can see, I'm set up at another coin show here in New England. We got a lot of stuff to sell. The show's about to open, so if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Turn on posting notifications, and let's get our fingers crossed to see if we get anything really cool that comes to the table that I can buy. All right, collectors, this beautiful 1880 San Francisco minted Morgan dollar came to my table. I was able to buy it, MS64, in a CAC holder. Pretty stunning. All right, well, we picked up two more of the commemorative Morgan and Peace dollars, both in stunning MS70. Got a 2023 Morgan and a 2023 Peace dollar. All right, well, we just picked up a bunch of proof silver eagles in full cameo, perfect condition, proof 70. Most from 2015, West Point. We got one from 2022. Well, we're buying and selling a lot of silver today. We got a whole bag of junk silver. I think there's about $8 some odd worth of junk, maybe $9 worth of junk silver in here. Get silver while you can. Prices keep going up. Well, collectors, we just got a partially complete Indian Cent album. We got some Flying Eagles. We got some of the earlier Indian Cents. We don't have the key date here, but this does have the semi-key date 1908S and another key date 1909S. Pretty nice pickup. This one's badly corroded and heavily cleaned, but these two are the gems in this album. Another good pickup. Hey, leave a comment if you like Indian Cents. All right, well, we picked up a bunch of Canadian, British Columbian, I believe these are dollars. I'm not a huge collector of the Canadian stuff, but that's a nice proof coin. We got a bunch of these. I'm gonna go through these later, but basically early 70s. This one might be 40% silver. I have to check. This one is clad, but another good pickup. Well, we've been doing a lot of buying today. We got Joe the Camel, silver bullion, 1 ounce, 1993, commemorating 1913. Just an ounce, but something different. Picked up U.S. Congressional proof set. It's actually just the proof dollar. Picked up a bunch of Morgan and Peace dollars. We got a couple loose ones here. Picked up a lot more big roll that we'll be going through later, and a bunch of Mercury dimes. I love silver, as you guys know. Love the dollars. All right, let's see what else comes to the table. That's got some interesting toning as well. Well, collectors, the shows are over, and I'm going to be going through the coins that I purchased, particularly this album, as I started doing here, to see, exactly what I have. In particular, what I'm doing is I'm looking to fill some spaces in my personal collection first with the lower grade coins, which I started doing. There's a nice 1870 that was in this album that I purchased. It's in really nice shape. Let's take a look underneath the microscope here. Get it in focus. There is some damage. I can't tell if that is, wow, I can't get this in focus. I can't tell if this is corrosion. It's definitely post-mint damage, maybe a little bit of both, but look, all the details in Liberty are in this 1870. It's a better date Indian Cent, but I'm not gonna put this in the album, even though the one I have is in G condition. This is a great coin for another collector, and since it's in better shape than the one I have, I'm happy to sell it. I mean, that's part of the goal is I'm collecting, and part of the goal is selling to make a little bit of money so I can afford collecting. All right, we'll go through these. I'll show you the better ones. We'll also go through the Morgan dollars. I pulled out what I think were the ones in better shape, and we'll take it from there. All right. All right, so this 1870 has extremely fine details. And despite the damage, if we drop it down from an XF40 all the way down to a VF20, We're looking at a wholesale price, like $200 coin. That's pretty cool. Hopefully someone will be interested in buying it for that. If not, we'll price it accordingly. Generally speaking, when you have a damaged coin, it's a full grade below the details that it has, possibly 1.5 grades below. So I'll have to give some thought to this, but that's a pretty nice looking Indian cent with details despite the damage. And on top of it, a fairly low mintage at 5.5 million, relatively speaking. When you get past 1878, right, the mintages just go up in terms of the number that they minted. 96 million, so on, with the exception of this key date, semi-key date, and obviously the 1877. But anything, in the 1866 to 1878 range are tougher coins to find generally. All right, so my own personal collection, I'm missing the 64L, the 69 over 68, and the 1877, 1872, 1878. So I started filling in some others that I was missing from this page. I think I got them all. I don't think there's an 1864 L in here. That's an empty space. And some of these are better dates. I'm going to examine the 1869 a little closely. But let me turn the page here. Let's see what I need in the rest of the album. I think I have all the others in my personal collection. I do. All right, so I'm not going to do any upgrades for myself. We're going to... Let me just double check here. Okay, 1878, which I do need. So I'll put that one in my collection. And then the rest, we'll take a look together. I'll pull you in if there's anything notable. Generally speaking, these are all in good condition or less. There's definitely some damage and corrosion, as is usual for Indian cents that were in circulation. But we'll take a look at some of the values shortly. All right, I'm looking at the 1869 that was in that album to make sure it wasn't the 9 over, is it 8 variety? Yeah, making sure it's not the 9 over 8 variety. It's corroded, At best, this would be in good condition. Details. Let me check the value in good. I might even price this at AG because of the damage, although it's still a great example for an album filler. Yeah, even in about good condition, this is like a $40 coin. It's in rough shape, but, it's better than AG, even with the damage. But I think a fair price would be to price it down at AG for someone to put it in their album. And here are the condition descriptions in the Red Book. Good is no liberty visible. Very good is at least some letters of liberty visible. And so it's in good, but like I said, damaged coins, we drop down a full grade. I'm not going to take you through every coin. I think once we get past this page, we're really looking at discount coins that will go in a bargain bin for people of Indian cents of all conditions for their albums. I'll pull these out. These on this page will be put in flips and sold individually, but at a discounted price unless they're in stunning condition. These two look pretty good, as is this, so I'm going to have to take a look at those a little more. But like I said, I won't pull you in on those. I'll bring you back in when we start looking at the Morgan dollars, as well as the semi-key and key date 1908 and 1909 out of San Francisco. This one's worth quite a bit. That's where the most of the value is. But again, this is in good condition, so it's a low grade but key date coin. All right, well, we're looking at the 1909 S that was in this album. And as you can see, you can make out some letters of liberty. So I would say this is in very good condition. Here's the S mint mark on the reverse. And here's the date, 1909. Now, the coin does not appear to be cleaned. However, it does have some problems with it. I mean, that looks like a little damage over there, maybe a little corrosion. But all in all, a generally nice looking example of the key date Indian cent. And I am tempted to have it sent out for certification so that it's authenticated, since this is such a rare coin. And if you're asking how rare, only 309,000 minted. It's actually less than the 1877, which has 852,000, which is the key date, and costs more. But this is still a very difficult coin to find, so I am contemplating getting this certified. The 1908 S, which was in this album, there's the S mint mark, slightly lower condition. Let's take a look underneath the microscope. Okay, here we're looking at it. And you can also make out some Liberty. So, oops, sorry for moving the camera. So now I'm wondering if this would be considered VG, right? Because no Liberty would be good. Some Liberty, and yes, it's really hard to make out, but you can see it, would be very good. And then that's better. That's a 1909 S, which would be fine, would be Liberty mostly visible. So maybe this is in fine condition. That's what I'm thinking I'm landing on. And the 1908 would be in very good condition. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. We're going to wrap this video up shortly after we take a look at some Morgan dollars together. Hang on. All right, and before we conclude this video, I wanted you to see some of the nicer Morgan dollars and peace dollars that I pulled out of that big collection and pile that I purchased based on the condition here. These are all nice AU coins. I really like the toning on these two. This one is really, really cool looking. And this one's quite ugly, in my opinion, but I pulled it out because I like having different dates out of my table because people are looking to fill in album gaps. And this is minted in San Francisco, and I just didn't have this in a flip. And as such, I didn't want to sell it as like bulk. It's in maybe VF, XF shape. I have to study it a little more. I got wear on the high point, so probably more VF. But again, I'm just going to put this in a 2x2 flip because I don't have this particular date out in the case. And these, I'm going to look at some more, but they're worth a little more than silver, not a lot more, but again, I like putting different dates out so that collectors can find what they're looking for. All right, well, with that, collectors, I really appreciate you watching. Hope you found the information helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed looking at these cool coins that come to my table that I'm able to buy and then sell to collectors that are looking to finish their albums. All right, well, as always, thanks for watching, and happy collecting.